Good morning, Roehampton. I hope you're all doing really well today. My name's Beth. I am an English Lit graduate from the University of Roehampton, and I'm here to take over Instagram stories for the day. I graduated back in June with first class honours, and since then I have started working as a social media and digital marketer part-time. But before we dive into all of that and I show you some snippets from my day in post-student life, let me show you some of my highlights from my time at Roe, which I literally almost cried compiling. And the rest of the time I work as an online content creator. So that basically encompasses the fact that I run a blog, I have a podcast, and as well as that, I do freelance copywriting for other companies' blogs as well. Just dropping in to say that if you have any questions at all for me about post-uni life, my job as a digital marketer, my time at Roe, literally anything, drop them here and I'll get back to you soon. I loved living in Roehampton for the 3 years that I was there, but by the end of my degree I was also very ready to go back home, to go back to Kent. So yeah, I moved straight back to Kent when I finished my degree. I studied a BA in English Literature and I did it just as a basic 3-year course. Obviously this is different for everyone, but getting a job was nowhere near as scary for me as I thought it was going to be. I think it took me about a month of applications before I got the interview for the job that I have now. So yeah, not as bad as I thought. Firstly, I just wrote as much as possible. So as a freelance writer, in order to get work, you need to have a strong portfolio behind you. So I did that through writing consistently on my blog and also offering out my services for free. So if you are looking to go into freelance writing, for example, you could get in touch with the Roehampton student blog and write for them. And then the second thing that I would suggest is just learning how to pitch yourself. Reach out to as many companies as possible that you believe you could add value to. Just drop them an email and tell them why they need you, basically. That's what I did. That's how I got all of my first jobs as a freelancer. Yes, I do know some creative writing students. I know people that have gone on to do teaching and so are doing a PGCE now. I also know people that do freelance writing like me and people that are going on to do like MAs in publishing. Personally, I didn't use the Roehampton career link, but I know people that did and found it really beneficial. But I did work with the Roehampton social media team a couple of times, so it was good to be able to talk about that in interviews and stuff. I don't have an academic background in business at all, but I did run my blog for the whole time that I was at uni and it became a business and a source of income for me. And my ability to promote that and create something out of that is what got me my job. I know that I've kind of answered this one already, but to reiterate, writing until I had a really strong portfolio of work behind me, and also not being afraid to reach out to brands and ask them if they wanted to work together. I was definitely given the opportunity to get some help applying for jobs. I know that CareerLink has a CV builder, they've got workshops, and you can search for jobs through there, but I personally didn't use it to get the job that I have. There are loads of opportunities to get involved with student life at Roehampton. So there's obviously loads of societies with literally just about everything covered, and I know that a load of them accept you as beginners, but on top of that, there's also plenty of opportunity to come together as a uni with everyone invited to things like Summer Ball, which is an end of year festival sort of thing. And then also with things like the college football matches where everyone comes along and cheers for their college. My favourite place on campus, hands down, is the Hive Cafe. So chill, everything's really ethically sourced and environmentally friendly. It is the best. Most definitely not the end of the world. Whilst I was applying for jobs, I never saw anybody asking for specific grades. They just wanted graduates, and getting a degree in the first place, regardless of grades, is a huge achievement. In my opinion, definitely yes. I loved my time at Roehampton, and I found that the university really fosters an environment where you grow academically but also grow as a person. So I think it's definitely worth it. Definitely a learning curve and an opportunity for you to get used to living away from home if this is your first time living away from home. But I mean, it's an invaluable experience and something that I look back on so fondly. So many good memories. I will pop the name of my blog and my personal Instagram account on the screen now. So if you do want to jump over there and follow me, I talk about ethical living and being more eco-friendly and kind of my journey to sustainability. So definitely check that out. That's all from me today, guys. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. It was great to chat with you all. And thank you, Roehampton, for having me. I am in full-on weekend mode now, but still repping that Roehampton pride. And I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Again, if you want to hear more from me, I chat about ethical living and my journey to sustainability over on my Instagram, which I'll pop here, as well as on my podcast, which is called Everyday Ethical, and you can find on Spotify and iTunes.